Dzień dobry, assalamu alaikum, ciao, konnichiwa, bonjour, hola, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Ken at 10. Today I want to talk to you about the migration route. But first of all, just a little update. The weather here in SW16, kind of overcast, but it's going to be another hot one. It's been fantastic, isn't it? But have we had enough? Probably. We could probably do with a bit of rain, couldn't we? So how are you? Hope you're well. Just wanted to talk a little bit about what we call the migration route. And it's all about London. London's come back to the fore now. And we're in the suburbs, of course, a little bit further out, bit of an urban location, really. And in terms of what happens in terms of when people start searching to where they end up and how they end up, particularly specifically for us here in Norbury, how they end up getting here. And one of the things that seems to happen an awful lot is what I call the migration route. So imagine what happens is that maybe a client thinks, you know what, I'd really like to live in Clapham by the Common. They have a look at the prices in Clapham by the Common. Not happening, not on our budget. So then they come south and they look then at maybe Balham, a little bit cheaper, but not quite affordable. And then on Rightmove, as you expand out your search, you go a quarter of a mile round, half mile round, 1 mile round, all of a sudden they suck in Streatham on that search. And Streatham is a little bit more affordable still, although of course it doesn't have the tube, still has zone 3 commuting. So they start to look around Streatham and they see perhaps flats in the price range. And then all of a sudden they see a big stack of houses. And they're all for sale in the same price range, and they're all SW16. And this is where Norbury comes in, because Norbury's a little bit cheaper than Streatham, but the same zone. It's still zone 3. So we get a lot of professional commuters doing what I call the migration route. And they start up there in Clapham and gradually come south, 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 and they find Norbury affordable. And more affordable still, of course, is Thornton Heath, which is just across the border, and you find a little bit more just across the border. It sounds like there's a physical border there, doesn't it? Just slightly further south and borders Norbury is what I meant to say. It's actually just past Pollard's Hill on the one side and Strathire Avenue on the other. And that is if you're going south towards Thornton Heath Pond, coming under the bridge at Norbury, past Streatham Common on your left. So yeah, that's what happens to a lot of people. They start their search thinking, you know, we'd like a bit further up and a bit closer to our work, and commute gradually further south until it becomes affordable. And that's where Norbury wins a lot of its customers from. People that don't necessarily think, I want to live in Norbury, end up here because of the value we represent versus the price and versus the community. And I think, you know, when you look around, the value that we offer versus other areas in zone 3 for a similar price, actually it's one of the best areas in London, pound for pound. Apart from that, the average mortgage has hit 30 years for first-time buyers. Well, there are even 40-year. This is not mortgage advice, by the way. We don't do mortgage advice. But the average mortgage now hit 30 years, where it used to be 25. There's an extra 5 years on there now. And that has several implications. One of the implications, if you're leasehold, is that it can be that your lenders require twice the length of the loan to be remaining on the lease. So if you've got a 30-year mortgage, instead of that being 50 years, that's then 60. And if you're going for a 40-year mortgage, twice the length is 80 years. And indeed, there are some lenders which require 3 times the length of the lease, which could even be, you know, 120 years for a 40-year lease. So, it really does have a big impact on buying. And it's really a symptom of the time, isn't it, when things are becoming less affordable by the day. And certainly what we're finding at the moment is the market has slowed down. It's quietened down. We expect this, seasonal trends and all the rest of it. Today is a really important day for us. Friday, it's when we get all our people out viewing for the weekend. All those lovely viewers that want to go and see properties, we want to make sure that they're under the noses. Our properties are under the noses of those clients. And how we do that is by calling them, making sure that they're out with us over the weekend. So busy times ahead for us today. The usual ring round, making sure the properties we have on the market are looked after. If you're considering selling, thinking about timing, then we've got a whole strategy around that I'd love to talk to you about. So do give us a call. Love to pop around and see you. If you're on the market with another agent struggling, you just want some general advice, no obligation, we're always here for you. We've got your back on that. And we like to think we've got your back. That's the thing about our clients. Many of our clients say to me, I like leaving things with you, Ken, because we know you've got our back. We know you've got our interests at heart. And we hope that comes across. So thanks very much for watching and stay safe. Hope you keep well. And we'll be back on Monday with another edition. Until then, have a fantastic weekend. Ciao.